So after my college self-defense course, I had a couple girls hanging back and talking and sharing stories or asking questions and stuff. And one girl made a very interesting type of observation. She said, guys my age are basically a bunch of pussies. They'd sooner just spike your drink as opposed to fighting you to get what they want. And I had to chuckle. That's a very interesting perspective on things. And it might have a little ring of truth to it. But after I wiped the tears from my eyes, I basically had to remind her of a couple other rather important dynamics, right? We call them sexual predators for a reason. And think about your Animal Planet, right? The predator, the lion does not go after the bull elephant or the huge rhino or whatever. It goes after the easy lunch. It goes after the lame, the sick, the old, the one that gets left behind, that gets stuck in the mud. It wants an easy lunch that has the least amount of energy expended and the least chance of injury to itself. That's predation. And so when we're talking about spiking drinks, the drug, relatively speaking, is kind of a newer technology. It's been around for a while, I know, but still, it is a technology that allows them to do what they want to do with less risk. Okay, so that's predation in a nutshell. And we have to keep that in mind about predators. Now, the other thing that I also would be remiss to not point out is that while that is, having your drinks spiked is absolutely a possibility, right? The drink itself is still the number one tool of choice for most sexual predators, right? And that alcohol is still the primary, as I said, tool of choice. And it's also worth noting that sometimes that it's not the predator who is doing the application of that tool. Sometimes the survivor of the assault is the one who was self-administering. And that is not in any way casting blame on them for what happened, but we do need to be aware of that risk. And so I had to share because it was a pretty funny comment, but it's also worth pointing out a couple of more important things to keep in mind as well.